If we respect in any country, in anywhere in the world, if we respect each other, that would be much perfect for me, because I want to drink coffee with you, but I don't want to be judged. I want to be respected.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Hera Anderson. I use she, her pronouns. I'm trans, non-binary, and I work in the entertainment industry. I'm an actress, producer, writer. I do all the stuff. I just use maybe creative mind. I usually write, produce, direct, and content creating for my YouTube show. My YouTube show, Hera Anderson Show, I unbox gifts, or I invite LGBT talents in my show, and we have so much fun, and we play card games or drink challenges. Actually, we do have more fun behind the scenes though, but in front of the camera, we try to show it as much as we can. They don't even know what game we're gonna play, so whenever they show up in the show, they get a little surprised, and I want to see their reactions every time. I was born and raised in Turkey, in Istanbul. My parents from Bulgaria, and they immigrated to Turkey, and I was born and raised there. I had a small family. The community was a little different than they were expected, but I was happy as a kid. My family, a little modern, a little conservative, like middle of everything. And I was grow up in a very loving family, and they always respected me. But when I grew up, everything changed, especially my perspective. I can see that the community which I was living was more conservative, more strict, more out of my perspective, and we couldn't match. Because of the society, these rules, and they force people to be whatever they have to be. So that's why they were not really happy. My friends, my family, or anywhere around me were unhappy, and they never loved themselves.
Did you have any role models growing up?
My mom, probably. She is a very strong woman. We had a lot of issue in the family, a lot of dramas, but she never gave up on our family. She's a nurse, and she was working in the hospital 24 hours every day, but she never left me alone. She doesn't care what people says. She's just doing her own schedule, everything. She was more caring her family. Don't think about what people says, and that's most part of the things like which inspired me when I was a kid. And then when I grew up, I saw that it really helped me. It really helped me to be the person who I am right now. Well, I came here in 2017. I was having anxiety, depression, even emotional, mentally was totally in a different world in Turkey. I said like, okay, I'm done here. Because I want to choose my life. I want to live my life however I want. They forced me, like my family, they opened a business there for me. I was also having that production company. But I said like, no, even if you give me $1 million, I'm not gonna stay here. I'm gonna choose myself. I was in LA before when I was in a college, and I had a work and travel program. I loved LA, the weather, the beach and everything. I was in love. And I said like in the future I will come here. It's better place to live here. And I knew that California is more LGBT friendly and have better rights comparing to other states too. When I came here, I discovered I thought like I was gay, but I figured it out that I was more feminine. I always was keeping inside me. And I said like, what am I keeping? And my friend, she left me 3 luggage of clothes. She closed down the business in a store and they gave her all the clothes for free. And she said, I'm going to Florida somewhere and I have to leave these luggages. Do you have the storage? I said, yeah, I can keep it. And she said, you can use it. I'm not going to take any clothes. I just said, okay. During the COVID time, I was doing makeup. I was picking one dress there. Oh, I really liked it. And then I said like, okay, I think maybe this is the moment I actually feel myself alive. I loved myself. I was keep asking my roommate, do I look ugly? I was keep asking people. I was so nervous I couldn't come out of the house. And some of my friends, they were coming to say hi, stopping by, and I was dressing up, doing my makeup, and I go out and talk to them. And they really like, but I thought like it's just, they're your friends and they're complimenting and they're not really saying what actually I look like. Then I said like, stop thinking about what people, you still have that mind. You're caring what people will say about you. Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself like this? Do you want to be more feminine, more yourself? Yes, that's it. But you have to go through a lot of things. It's easy to say it right now, but when you leave the moments, it's a long process. And especially in social media, if you work in front of the camera or in a group setting, you always feel you're not related to these people and you feel so lonely. You feel scared to go out, talk to people as yourself. For me, it's just like I'm the same person, just the outside is changing because I feel more confident, I feel more feminine, I want to be a woman, I want to live my life as a trans woman. So that's what matters for me. I don't care what you think about me or right now or tomorrow. So through this, process, I learned to love myself more. Maybe if I was not choosing being a trans woman, as a gay man, I will never learn how to love myself. I will still caring what people say about my appearance. I will let them judge me. But this way, I have no tolerance, no more, especially in social media and all these things, because I'm creating contents. I have to be in public. And even in Hera Anderson's show, the first season I shot with the wig, I had too much makeup and I have like a doll. And then the second season, we just wrapped up and I'm shooting the third season now and I have another reality show. So I'm more confident since the second season because I didn't use wig. I didn't use too much makeup or lashes or anything. I was by myself. And I was really happy. I was really confident in front of the camera too. And that really the moment which I will always tell people, especially if they want to pursue their career in acting or anything on social media too. I said like, okay, whatever they can judge on social media or YouTube or whatever platform, I don't care. They can keep doing it. It's gonna make me famous. So I thought I was gay and I was the only person in the neighborhood. I felt so lonely. I was probably 9, 10 years old. I was dressing up my mom clothes, shoes. I tried her makeup. Whenever she's out for work, I was just going to her room, opening the wardrobe and trying to get her dresses. The moments I cannot erase it. Like that's always remembering that moment. But other than that, I figured it out later that I was not alone. I couldn't say to my family, and they still don't know it. Don't know my anything about my life. And also my friends, I think just a couple of friends I had to reveal maybe 10 years ago, but I knew them for long years. I was too scared to open up my actual self. Every time I tried to be somebody else in front of them, I said like, no, this is it. Like, I don't want to do it this. If they're my really friend, they will accept me no matter what. I think when I was studying in the college in Budapest in Hungary, I started going to the gay bars. I was in New York one time, but later on, because I had that experience, I was even scared to go to the bars in Turkey. So I was out of my country. I can do whatever I want. Nobody will see me. So I was pretty much more confident. And I had a lot of queer gay friends, and we were hanging out, going to bars or cafes there. I was maybe 24, 25 years old. Yeah. I was 13. I think they had in the middle school, we had that theater group. They were producing shows every year. I was scared to go, but I tried it a couple of times, like small, supporting roles or even behind the curtain, I was helping them. When I was 15, 16, something like that, I was helping again. The director, our literature teacher, I was helping her behind the curtain, just helping the people to change their clothes or whatever, makeup or wigs or whatever. She had to find a person to ring a bell behind the curtain, and she couldn't find anybody. And she came to me, can you go just behind the curtain and just ring the bell? And I said, okay, it's not gonna, hurt me. I'm not gonna be seen by people. And I rang the bell and I went inside back to the stage. After the performance, she told me like, okay, I'm gonna give you the lead, the starring role for the next year. I said, like, you didn't audition me? You didn't do anything? Because I see you. I see your passion. I see you want to do it. And I ask tons of people here to ring the bell, and nobody accepted. They think it's a shitty job. But you did it. And she discovered me, and she gave me the chance. And I really liked acting on stage. Since then, I was acting, and also in Istanbul, I was acting in many theater companies. And then I started acting in the films, TVs. Pretty much, she inspired me and pushed me to do more in my acting career. I think I didn't go specifically any schools for acting that time, but I learned on stage with the professional, directors, producers, the other actors who helped me to learn more about my character and on stage how to move my body and everything. I think the best way to learn acting is to start with theater because you start acting on stage live in front of the audiences, and you have to memorize your lines, and you have to be in that character, and it's not just one night, it's all the time for maybe long term. And then on camera it's easy because when you do a mini mistakes you can take another take, but in front of the audience you can't do that. If you miss your line, you will stop and stare. It happened to me. It's gonna happen, but you're gonna get used to it and you will learn how to, be better. And on camera, it's easy to learn in front of the camera. You need to just get on camera acting classes to have more confidence in front of the camera. That's another step, like if you wanna work in TV and film industry. I was writing stories, short stories, poems, and scripts too when I was a teenager. And then I set up my company in Turkey, and I started shooting my own short films, feature films. I got even Turkish Academy Award nomination. I think the producing, I had to do it because it's so hard to find people who can understand you when you do a project. If you can do it and find an editor, script doctor or something, they can, reread it and edit it, anything missing or anything to edit to look more better for the characters especially. But other than that, I had to start somewhere. And when I set up my company, I had my producing partner, and we start writing the short films and then feature films, and it went well. So we had a little bit success of making our own projects and seeing on the screen, in the big screens, and it's what we were dreaming about it when we started, and it happened. And that's the way you start. If you don't know anybody, you should start learning other parts of, if you want to be an actor, you should learn the other parts of the filmmaking, for example, or acting, and not only just the stage. But in order to understand other parts of like a director, what does the director do? You don't have to be directing any film, but you should know what exactly they do. I never wanted to be a producer, but I had to. I went to Berlin Film Festival, Cannes Film Festival, to pitch my project, sell or distribute or just screen my movies. But you don't have any other people, employee in your company. You're the boss. So you have to convince people, you have to find the fundings. It's like running a small business or nonprofit. It's the same thing. When you send emails to the producers, they don't reply anything because they're getting tons of emails every day. But if you go to an event and pitch directly to the producer, oh, just a few lines about your project, they grab attention and they will invite you for interview for, you can picture on the screen or presentation. But it's for nonprofit as well, or any other organizations, any industry. You have to, submit your forms, everything to get the foundings. And if they accept it, you need to provide other information to them, any pictures, anything. And they all comes to me, and I have to find people to create the pitch deck, or I have to learn if I don't have the budget. So it started from zero and it's growing up now.
And you mentioned that you were nominated for a Turkish Academy Award. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Like, what was the project? What was it about?
It was a short film. It's called Hurşit. Hurşit is a Turkish name. He was another race. They call it Syriani. in Turkey, a very small community, and it's about discrimination, and it's from the children's perspective we shot it, and the story is about the kids they're playing and they don't add these people, these Suryani kids, to play with them. They discriminate them because of their race, because of their family, and no other reason. And it was 15-minute short film, and we got nominated for many awards. We won a lot of awards too from the other festivals, but we were not expecting anything, any kind of nomination for Turkish Academy Awards. But it happens here too when you don't have A-list people in production. So it's like you think like it's impossible to get any nomination anywhere. So it was very surprising, and it brought us a lot of things after that. We met a lot of people, and we had a chance to screen the film in other platforms, and even that short film maybe distributed more than 15 platforms. And it was the first short film in Turkey that was also distributed this many platforms.
What inspired you to tell that story?
My partner, my producing partner, she wrote and directed the film, and she came to the idea to me like she was so excited, and we should shout out these people who are discriminated from the community, from the society, and we should make a voice to be heard. And I was like, damn, yes, I'm totally ready. And I was acting also in the film as a disabled brother. And we went to biggest film festival, a children film festival in Italy. And we had an interview with the maybe 400 kids. And we went through the red carpet and everything. I was like, they even take us with the private car from the airport. They took us to 5-star hotel, and we were like, oh my God, this is so amazing. we felt so much like a star. And then after the red carpet, we had the screening, and then they have the interview Q&A, and they asked us, the director was next to me, and they asked, oh, who was the person, that disabled person in the movie? Is that person is a real disabled person? Is this person? They got so much surprised about this, and I will never forget that moment. It's so hard to find any LGBT people working in the entertainment industry. It's especially in Turkey. It's maybe few of the films they were specifically hired an actor who are trans or gay to perform in the film. But other than that, there's no space for us, unfortunately. I think it's getting better. We have more opportunities now. We have more diverse community, and they give chances for queer, non-binary people too, not just gay or lesbian, because that's was in TV shows they perform gay people or lesbian people, they perform more, but you didn't see other genders too. Now they're giving us more chances, and hopefully it's gonna be better. Otherwise, we will make it better.
And have you felt comfortable being out in your different workplaces, and what has that been like?
I'm still not confident. That's why I started my YouTube show. Because whenever you go for audition or on a set, they don't know how to treat you. Especially one of my acting teacher, he was a trans man. And he was telling me that he was working in big studios here. And he was not comfortable with the crew, and they don't know how to communicate with a trans man. So he was a little complaining about this situation, because it's not a complaint, but it's more telling us, hey, even right now, if you go to work in studios, you should know this earlier. You should be ready that they're not 100% fully, ready, and we should more teach them behind the scenes how to make a good space for the LGBT community, because you never know, maybe the person you're working with, because it's a big productions, it's sometimes 300 people you have to deal with, and sometimes it's a makeup artist, sometimes it's just a crew. They can, hit you, or they can say something, really bad words they can use, but maybe they're really a name crew, award-winning director, producer, or cameraman, but you hire them because they're good at their works, but you don't know their personalities, of course. When you start the production, you see every day how they treat people, how to talk to them, and that's why it's a little tough. So we have to, all the nonprofit, especially companies, they can help the production companies to teach them how to work with LGBT community or other diverse communities. Well, I shot a short film. It's called Black Rose. It was like in 2022, I think. And I wanted to show that when they think trans people, and they still have that perspective, they're prostitutes, they are sex workers, maybe some of them. We don't judge anybody, but they have that, right away they think we are prostitute, we're sex workers. No, we are human. Even if I'm a sex worker, you can't treat me as a shit. I still have a heart, I still have a life, I still have a lot of things to pay, I still have to work. People, they couldn't work because they have no rights that time. They had to work as a sex worker. They still, some of the states or countries, they forced to work. It's not our option. We choose, like, oh, let's get laid and have fun and get money comes to me easily. No. That's why I wanted to shoot a short film and show people that they have a heart too. And the guy was treating so badly in the hotel room and beat her and throw her in a trash bin. And next day she was crying and she was sitting on a bench and thinking about why she had to go through this. She's just a human. She's just herself. She wants to live like this, but she has no other option. She's poor. In that character, she has no family member supporting. And why do you think you can treat person, even a sex worker? You can't kill that person. You can't beat that person. I was so hurt because of these dating apps and everything I was going through. I said, like, no, I'm gonna write even a short script and I'm gonna shoot this, because this should be stopped. I will make more films. At least you can reach more wider audiences. You can sell the film. You can reach, bigger platforms. But if I don't do it, if I don't bring you to work with me, because we feel we are in the same community, and when we produce something, I'm not just the only person doing this work. We're all thinking about how we can contribute the community and teach people. Because on the street, if you ask anybody about LGBT people, maybe 80%, they have no idea. They still have no idea how we go through like all this process in our life, what traumatic situations we went through. And they judge people from the cover, so easily. When I'm at home, at night I don't sleep. I write. During the day I sleep. That's why it's so surprising to see me today. Normally I sleep. There's always something in my mind. Oh, I should do this. I should try this. I don't know. I cannot stop myself. I hate myself sometimes. Like it's overwhelming and it's very tiring. You don't have to do anything, Why would I do something? But no, I'm doing a variety show with my friends. Kurt, she's the drag queen in Hollywood. Every 2-3 months, they're inviting me their show. I perform there as a drag, but I'm not a drag, of course. It's just lip syncing and dancing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even drag. Imagine, like, when they invite me, I just, oh, okay, I'm coming. That's the first time I was actually perform as Hera. Like I was so ashamed of myself. I was so scared to go out. I didn't even go to bars or anywhere. And my roommate, he was a delivery guy, and he went to a random person to deliver. It was my friend, actually. He told her, like, oh, I have a trans roommate. She loves acting and performing. If you're doing any show, you can invite, I can give her a number and you can get in touch. And since then, I was like, okay, I can try it, but I never, it's a big deal. I can't be a drag. I can not jump, open my legs like all around and turn around myself and my head, and my ass is not that big, or I don't have big boobs or something. I have to buy it. So I was so scared, but thank God I had the experience. I asked, like, when I do perform, I don't remember. When I go back to the makeup room, I just don't remember anything. How was my performance? Like, oh, it was good. It was good. Nothing. Like, you didn't miss anything. It's perfect. I said, okay, are you sure? I didn't drop anything? My package, everything is right here? Okay, that's fine. I'm still alive. I didn't break myself. I remember when I was 15, 16, the first time I was performing now in Hollywood, performing actually by myself. And I was never told I could be a trans woman. That was huge surprise for me. If somebody told me, like, oh, you're gonna be a trans woman in the future, you're gonna live your life as a woman, I was just going to, you're just too much. You got drunk too much, I think. But it's the process. You go through all these things and you get experiences and you find your gender too. And it's not from your hand. You just come out, Not next day you become a lesbian or gay, or you find yourself a queer. But when you discover yourself more, I think during this time I was too alone in this country. I was like having a long time with myself. I had to listen myself. I was asking myself questions. Do you want to be doing this? When I write the book, do I want to? No, I'm going to do it. Just nobody can stop me. I'm going to shoot this video. I'm going to shoot that short film. I was keep writing. That's why I'm the night all the time writing. I think that's what matters. That's whatever makes you happy is just do it. Don't question anything. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. No. Write it down. Whatever your idea is or whatever you're going to do, just do it. You don't have to have money. You don't have to have millions of dollars. Right now, everything is on social media. Just put your camera, your phone, record it. And even if it gets like so less views, don't count that views. Don't think about, oh, nobody watched my show. My friend's show also like that. But working really hard and doing what you want is a process. It's gonna take you somewhere. Maybe you're gonna meet with the producer, right person. Maybe you're studying, you wanna be a writer, and you're reading lots of literature books. You love writing. You keep writing and putting in a folder and keeping it to show in the future or publish in the future. But in 2 months maybe you will meet a really good writer who can help you to publish your book. When we have the alone time, whatever makes you happy, do it. It's gonna help your mental health too, because this is the process which we go through every day. Especially for us, it's so hard. It's extra hard than the straight people. I never be a content creator. I never be on the social media. I never know like how to use it. But I said like, okay, life is changing. You have to get used to this social media. You have to learn somehow and try YouTube, which I never tried it before. And I try to invite people, talents from the community, so they can have the visibility, and they can, when they submit the castings, they can show something, their unique parts. We are making fun because they're themselves there. Yeah, I hope it's gonna work for me and for them too. I try to help the community as much as I can. I teach a lot of people filmmaking in the nonprofit organizations too, screenwriting, creative writing classes last 2-3 years. I hope it's gonna help. And also, last few months ago, I was speaking in a trans tech. My part was creating content. It's just trying to help, the community and people, especially young generation. They have super different mind than we have. And they're more creative, more fun, more different perspective than we have. I feel sometimes I'm too old. I'm old, but not like a grandma. I hope we can see more people, more content creators, more writers, producers working and helping the community, because I see them right now. There are too many YouTubers and social media too. It's getting bigger and bigger, and they can hear our voice now. They will never stop us. Even like traditional media, I don't care about traditional media. They're more political. They're behind the media. There's big companies. They are owning these companies. So other than that, we have our own voice. Our platforms can be heard anywhere. Social media, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you find. Try to be yourself. Try to produce, make more contents. You don't know like who's gonna watch your video. Maybe I'm crying that moment. I'm going mental breakdown, and the person will get inspiration. I was going through like this, and I said like, okay, you never tried social media, shut up, or no. Yeah, but you should try. You should give a shot. I know maybe it's not going to be successful at the beginning. So it inspired me, the other people, more watching their social media accounts, or they're in some other events. I can see them. So that's give me more inspiration to produce more stuff. And it's just like your own, project. So you don't have to deal with anybody. You just your own boss, and you gonna produce whatever platform you choose. And you can teach yourself by watching even videos. There are a lot of like similar projects that produced, and watch the movies, get some inspiration. I always tell my students for the classes writing, especially producing writing, I say like watch the movies, read the books, listen to music, walk on the street, even just close your eyes, dream something like about your project if you have any idea in your mind. So just see as a movie. That's gonna, you know, make the things easier. So when you're creating a content too, just focus on creating. You don't care about what people think, how many views you get it. That's gonna be viewed by the right people, right time. If you don't give the people chance, not in front of the camera but also behind the camera too, we should support these people to give them chance, give them job, and their perspective is different than yours. It's more unique because they have that mind like stable, you know, whatever the rules are this, but they can see out of the box. They can add something interesting, make it more funnier that scene even. They have that, you know, specific rules. Sometimes we should skip the rules for opening people opportunities. I don't see like in my when I produce something, I definitely hire LGBT people to work with me because I feel more safer and I trust them and I want to give them chance. I want to build their resume. They can apply for it for other bigger jobs because everything is a experience in life. So if you don't give us a chance, they will never grow in their career. My favorite project I have worked on Hera Anderson show because I'm the host and I'm being myself. I don't have to pretend something else. I don't perform, you know, it's not a like difficult job to do it. But there's a lot of things behind the scenes. You have to do it in another stage. But I really enjoy shooting Hera Anderson show right now. I'm writing my theater play. I will be myself. I will be performing. My dream is to travel all around in the United States and to reach more people and show them choose yourself, be yourself. Don't let people make you down or question, you know, yourself. Just do it. It's about a trans girl wants to break into Hollywood and she's also a content creator. She's making videos for social media and she loses her all the stuff in her apartment. She had to sell it, but she's still creating contents for her fans and she wants to show the Hollywood industry that we exist and we want to be part of the community too. Working in the entertainment industry, we want to be accepted and underlying like the diverse community, how it's gonna affect in your production too. My dream is to make a nonprofit organization in the future too and start up and helping our community, especially health part, not just mentally or transitioning part for trans men or trans women or queer non-binary or LGBT, any person from the community, but also teaching them, helping them, especially finding them jobs. I think the society always makes us feel miserable. And that's why we cannot be successful. We think we are miserable. We think we are bad. We're doing really bad things. They don't want to give us the chance. They don't accept us. They don't tell us like, hey, just do whatever you want. But they keep making us mentally down in order to, they will feel confident. They will feel they're the boss. They're This is the community. This is, a straight world. If you're gonna live in this world, you're gonna keep it cool. Just stay in your community. No, we're not gonna stuck there. We're gonna be in YouTube. We're gonna be in Hollywood. We're gonna be everywhere. I think they shouldn't be scared of doing anything they wanna do. They should, especially young age, you should try everything. You should get all the experiences you can, because this is the time, you should enjoy your life. Explore all the genders which you're questioning. You were nervous, and break that nervous and make yourself more confident. Otherwise, if you keep it in yourself, I kept all these things for almost 30 more years, and it didn't bring me anything. I was not myself. So I sometimes think about it, like why I was so dumb, like so stupid. I didn't see myself. But it was not my fault. It was the people, the community I was growing up. They forced me to be somebody else. They forced me to have that mind, which I don't get it. They force you to even marry to people they wanted. Everyone, it doesn't matter your age, 8 years old, 10 years old, try to do whatever you want to see in the future. Because if I didn't try theater, if I didn't try dancing, I was doing a lot of things at the same time, I wouldn't be me right now. I think no matter what you do, just do it. Because I am so sometimes ashamed of myself, why I didn't give a chance, why I didn't try it. I could try it when I came here in 2008. I could stay in this country. I could, because I was so scared. I was so scared to be alone and in a foreign country. And I thought I have to go through with immigration stuff. But what happened in 2017? I went through the immigration with another process. I went to jail and I went to all this detention center, paying bail bond, and came out with the GPS, went to downtown, went to courts 4 times. What was that for? Because I was too scared to try that time. Maybe because of the community I was growing up, they pushed me to be miserable, to stay in that lower mentality, They don't want you to grow up. They want to stay there and keep it because it's safe for them. They can use it as a trash, They can throw. Oh, you can go marry this one. You can have kids in this place, You can swim in this pool, in this area. You can't swim in the ocean. You're not allowed to use other things. No, there's no such thing. So try to open up your mind, think out of the box, try everything. You're not gonna be hurt. You're not gonna feel sorry for yourself later on. You're gonna be proud of yourself. It's what makes the life itself, You should try, give a chance, and learn whatever you like to learn, and travel too. Don't stay in one place. Go meet people, talk to them, make your own community, produce whatever you want to do it, or even just, hang out, and you will help each other to grow.